And a very pleasant good evening and welcome once again to Antelope Valley College basketball here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Tonight, Antelope Valley playing host to the Glendale College Vaqueros, the second meeting of the season between these two teams. They engaged in an instant classic back on January 25th, going to double overtime at Glendale, with the Vaqueros emerging with a 98-92 victory. Tonight, the Marauders will attempt to even the score and win their fourth game in a row as they welcome in the Vaqueros, the opening tip, and we're underway. Eric Ting will walk it into the front court for the Vaqueros in the road maroon jerseys. The first thing to report is Andre Banton, the leading scorer for the Vaqueros on the season, not in the starting lineup.
Yeah, out for the season with an injury story.
So that is a recent development for Glendale, who comes in second in the conference, 4-3 in conference play, but of course the Western State East Conference is a runaway for the Citrus College Owls this season. A powerhouse once again. They're undefeated in conference, so we're more or less playing out the string here. But these two teams come in second and third, 4-3, 3-4, still playing for a lot. But obviously Citrus, kind of the story of the Western State East here in 2019.
As far as playoff aspirations go, obviously Glendale needs to win out, as does AVC. But it's something where you just never know. Nice move by Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie Gomesy goes to the reverse. Gomesy played just 14 minutes in the previous meeting, or I should say missed some time earlier in the season. I was thinking of a game against LA Valley, but getting Gomesy back into the fold, so huge for the Marauders as Glendale evens it up.
It's 2-all.
Yeah, Tarek Williams with the finish at the rim. So it's Williams and Sarabian up front, along with Hubble, Ting, and Eder, rounding out the starting five for Glendale. Tied at 2. Bell over in the corner, gets it back from Peyton. Over to Riley. Will set the Marauder lineup for you shortly. In the low post, Bell with the tip. That won't go. They tried to go back to Perry. A couple of looks for the Marauders. And Glendale has it back, tied at 2. Hubble drops the pass down low, gets it from Williams. He'll try for a 3 and hit.
That's great inside-out action. Hubble just spots it. That's too easy.
Tarek Williams with the feed. It's a 5-2 lead for Glendale. Riley into the front court. A little hesitation. Drives the lane. Shot off the glass. No good. In a crowd, Gomesy on the offensive glass. Lays it in. So Ellie Gomesy asserting himself early. That's nothing new. He's got all 4 for Antelope Valley.
And that's going to be key for AVC. Glendale, talking with Coach Vegan Jaleesian throughout the season, one thing they lack is size, a true post presence down low. And Zarabian's done a nice job. He's more of a European-style center. He's more of a stretch 4. Eder, speaking of somebody who can light it up, that is a guy. He's had 40-plus this year, I think twice.
Yeah, and more pressure on him with Banton not available to carry the load offensively, and he gets started with a 3. 8-4 Glendale doubling up Antelope Valley early. Peyton on the wing. Peyton and Riley in the backcourt with Bell, Gomesy, and Perry up front. As Bell goes down hard, looks like he just lost his footing. And he's up and he's okay, but the turnover will give it back to Glendale. We have a quick substitution. Here comes Trage Floyd. Floyd has had an interesting season coming off the bench as the 6th man for this team and doing a great job. They inserted him into the starting lineup for the last 3 games, but he comes off the bench here tonight. So Coach Vegan Jaleesian shaking things up a little bit, but Floyd, an exciting young player for Glendale this season.
Yeah, he's a defensive athlete, very, very much a 3-and-D type player, but he can get to the bucket.
Off to Eder, catch and shoot for 3. Rims high, no good. Gomesy shovels to Peyton.
Normally you'd say that's a bad shot, but that's not necessarily a bad shot for him.
Bell on the baseline, backing down, goes to the turnaround, blocked by Floyd, but Gomesy has the rebound. I should say that was Perry with the rebound. Now Peyton will try for 3 off the back iron. Perry on the offensive glass again. 3rd chance for Antelope Valley. Just underway, 16:50 and counting to go. In the first half, it's an 8-4 lead for Glendale. Riley looks for Bell. They have him trapped on the baseline to Peyton. Good feed to Gomesy. Gomesy with the turnaround. That's good. Ellie Gomesy. He is the scorebook for Antelope Valley early. He's got all 6. Well, it's been a shifting lineup all season for Coach John Taylor for Antelope Valley. No shortage of talent as Perry nearly has the steal, but it's recovered by Eder. And I think that's been one of the challenges, Michael, for Antelope Valley all season. This is a team with 6 players that average better than 8.6 points a game. And that's a lot of depth at this level. Meanwhile, a fight for the rebound. It's Bell and Zarabian, and it's Zarabian that will pick up the foul.
Yeah, over the back there for Zarabian. And, you know, it's something where no one really was able to assert themselves as the leader. And it's been unfortunate here for Antelope Valley because this is a very talented team, a very dangerous team, probably not going to make it into the postseason. But if they were to, by some miracle, sneak in, this is a team that nobody would want to play. And, you know, I talked with Coach Keith Higgins at Compton, at the Compton tournament early in the year, and they came in sub 500 into that game. And, you know, Keith was telling me, you know, this is a team you don't want to mess around with. And sure enough, they dropped the first 2 games of that tournament at the Compton tournament, did AVC, and then on day 3, they upset the host.
Yeah.
Now, the host is obviously, you know, Compton. They've kind of dropped down in terms of their effectiveness. And unfortunately, you know, they just haven't really had a good go of it in conference play. But that's a team that was very good earlier in the year.
Yeah, a deep playoff run last year. So.
Yeah. 2 years ago.
A talented team. Okay, 2 years ago. Thank you. Bell 1 out of 2 from the line. 8-7. Glendale with the 1-point lead in the ball. Hubble stops and pops from 18. A late whistle and a foul called, and Hubble has a couple of free throws coming.
Yeah, Jeff, you talk about that run for Compton a couple of years ago. They were the 2 seed in the South. They were upset by ELAC, who eventually found and punched their ticket up to Las Positas.
I remembered that one. The memory was there for that one. I remember we were at that game.
You were.
Memory, yeah.
I think I was at the Cerritos game.
That was a game that we covered, yep. 9-7 as Hubble hits the first free throw. He averages 11.1 points per game, a 77% foul shooter on the season. Second free throw is up and good. 10-7. The Vaqueros continue to show full court pressure. Riley gets it to Gomesy. Gomesy around Hubble, and now will kick it back outside to Riley. Shot clock at 18. Now the Vaqueros settle into a 2-3 zone. Shot clock down to 11. Payton drops it on the baseline to Perry. Perry's layup no good, but a foul called. And Perry going to head to the line. And Zarabian, that'll be foul number 2. And Tarek Williams up quickly off the bench. He will come in to replace Zarabian for Glendale. Late in the season, I think, for almost everybody. Injuries and general attrition playing something of a role. Glendale in their previous game only played 7 players. So foul trouble becomes even more of a storyline as benches shorten as the season winds down. Perry coolly hits both free throws. 10-9. Antelope Valley back within 1. It was a miserable start for the Marauders in conference play as a good screen frees up Hubble, who knocks down the 3. Working against pressure, and it's Hubble who tips it away. Ting's got it. In transition, Eder with a baseline 3 rimming no. Offensive rebound for Glendale. They get it back. Ting working on the baseline. He's going to be fouled by Perry. Antelope Valley started 0-4 in conference play and was really getting away as their record on the season dropped to 7-15, but a nice response here in February with 3 straight wins. And Antelope Valley finding a measure of form here late in the 2018-19 campaign. Ting fakes on Bell, hard drive, lays it off for Williams. Williams, good feed down low. Back outside. Good job by Antelope Valley collapsing on defense. Kudadyan dancing on the dribble.
Travel.
Steps in, and there's the travel call.
Coach Taylor fired it up. You know, just something versus the zone in the half court that you'd like to see AVC adjust to. The defense from the middle is sucking down as soon as it enters the short corner. How about entering into the short corner, and have Bell come down the middle and just hammer one on an alley-oop.
Payton for 3, rims no. Rebound tapped around. Hubble's got it. Good look for JP, but he couldn't get it to go. Eder in transition, hooks it outside. Kudanyan steps into a 3 and buries it. 16-9, quickly back the other way. Bell missed the little bunny, but that one tipped. Bell has the steal, blocked by Williams, and it's a clean block jump ball coming. Boy, Bell had a great look right at the rim with the left hand, just could not get it to go. He would love to get that one back. Saw him clap his hands together, knows that he missed a chance there. 14:04 to go in the opening half. 16-9 Glendale. It's AVC basketball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Marauders have the basketball, trailing by 7. Follings brings it in to Stephon Bell. Back up top. Payton across to Follings. Payton comes up shooting from 16 and hits. JP knocks down the jumper, 16-11. Antelope Valley back within 5 as Hubble walks it over the line. Eder leans over the dribble. Shot clock down to 15. Driving on Bell. The runner won't go, but a foul call. Looked like Bell with a little push on Eder. And that'll send Isaac Eder to the line. 13:30 remaining. Eder, as you would expect, averaging 18-1 a game. He's an excellent free throw shooter, 85% on the season. Eder's first free throw is up and good. Floyd at the scorer's table. He's going to return. So Ting and Hubble, along with Eder, Floyd, and Tarek Williams on the floor for Glendale. Meanwhile, it's Follings and Payton in the backcourt for AVC. Perry, Gomesy, and Steve Johnson checking into the game for the first time for Antelope Valley. Up front, Johnson coming off a big-time performance in the victory over LA Valley. He hit 4 out of 5 threes. Jump stop for Perry. And a whistle and the turnover, the travel on Tyreek Perry. Trying to work in traffic. Johnson, a streak shooter to be sure. But the 4 out of 5 from three-point range, instrumental in a 3-point win at LA Valley last week for Antelope Valley.
Yeah, that was the shuffle step, or the shuffle stop, if you will.
Ting up top. Follings comes on the trap. Eder open for 3, missed everything. Perry trying to keep it alive and does to Payton.
Got to push.
Payton in transition. Brown going to try for 3. That's good. Brown knocks down the jumper.
Long 2, they rule it.
So Payton with a nice job in transition. He had 7 assists in the victory over LA Valley to lead Antelope Valley as a team. The Marauders had 20 assists in that game against just 16 turnovers.
18-13.
Did a great job taking care of the basketball. Meanwhile, Hubble on a drive. He's fouled. He's going to head to the line. Second on Julian Payton, the 4th on Antelope Valley. So Jalen Riley set to return and does, replacing Payton. Shalon Tinnen also coming on to replace Tyreek Perry. One more free throw coming for Hubble. And it's off the back iron. And Johnson has the rebound. So Hubble misses on both free throws. And Riley checked by Kudatyan. They get it around to Follings. Good flash from Brown, and he's able to put it in. Brown with a little jumper. 18-15, 4 in a row for Johnny Brown. And Antelope Valley creeps back within 3. Williams looking for a cutter, fires from 17, off the back iron. They get it ahead to Johnson. Johnson in transition, left-handed layup won't go, tapped up, no, and Floyd's got it.
Got to get back now.
Ahead to Kudatyan. Good job by Antelope Valley getting back. Floyd tries for 3, no good. Rebound to Brown. Brown able to get it to Riley. Riley wants to run. Foul by Ting in transition. That will be the 5th team foul on Glendale. That is just the first on Ting. Eder returns for Glendale. Johnson will bring it in, near side. Johnson with a step back, 3 too strong. Floyd has the rebound. Ting, hard drive to the rim, fouled hard. Ting going to have a couple of free throws coming. Tinnin picks up the foul.
Is this thing damaged?
So good recognition by Eric Ting in transition. Nobody stopped the basketball. And Ting was able to get all the way to the front of the rim. It's the first free throw. Ting averaging 10.9 points a game on the season. 79% foul shooter. Second free throw, in and out. And Tinnin tracks down the rebound. Now, Glendale hasn't done themselves any favors in the last few moments from the line. Just 1 out of 4 as Antelope Valley turns it over, and now a foul in the backcourt. Looked like Johnson had that one ripped. Johnson picks up the foul. Sixth team foul for Antelope Valley, so Glendale shooting free throws the rest of the way. Ticking down to 11 minutes to go in the first half. Ting gets a screen from Williams on the drive, trying to work the pick and roll in the pass. Offline and out of bounds back to AVC. Boy, Williams had some space on the pick and roll, but Ting couldn't find the lane to get it to Williams. And the turnover gives it back to Antelope Valley. Riley away from the double team. They're working around near side. Open 3 for Johnson. Again, too strong, but it's Brown getting on the offensive glass. Able to lay it in. So offensive rebounding continues to be a boon here for Antelope Valley in the first half. As Brown gets the follow, getting the Marauders back within 2. Floyd dancing on the dribble, back outside to Ting. Ting around a Williams screen. This is going to be an offensive foul on Williams. Yeah, I think that's an easy call there. Clearly moving on the screen.
Agreed.
So another turnover gives it back to Antelope Valley, and now the Marauders can tie this one up or take the lead with a long one. Riley between the circles. Brown thought about a 3. Perry in the lane. And he just dragged that pivot foot before he could get the pass off.
So the lead remains 2 in favor of Glendale at 19-17, coming up on the halfway mark here in the first half. Hubble working against Perry, gets it up ahead to Kudatyan. Here comes a double team in the half court. Hubble, pass fake. Zarabian down low, barrels to the defender, offensive foul.
That is a great play and great recognition. Zarabian playing with 2 fouls. And Tinnin I'm sure, aware of that, elects to take the charge and picks up the third foul on Sarabian.
If there was a stat on that, I think he might be amongst the leaders in the state in terms of charges taken.
Yeah.
How often do we see Jelon Tinian stepping in for a charge? You got to love to have a player on your squad that's willing to do that.
And he's so good at it.
Oh, he sells it well.
Yeah. I don't recall a whole lot of blocking calls against him.
Riley over to Brown, near side, gets it back. Up at the top, Fallings wide open on the right side. They finally get it over to him. Enters inside. Great pass. Great finish from Tariq Perry.
Perry's so active in the low post. Great job working off the ball and a good feed from Fallings.
I'm sure we had that one queued up on the replay. Emery, can I get a thumbs up? We do. Now let's go back to it. See the feed here. It's a little late to develop, but Fallings knew he had a man down low, and Perry with the big flush. Two hands.
So easy to use that off arm to ward off when getting that pass, and you pick up the offensive foul and lose the opportunity. And a great job by Perry there, really using his body to create that passing lane.
Has such broad shoulders. He really utilized his shoulders to create the space, and then drop step for the dunk. First free throw good for Kudatkin. Both teams in the bonus at the 1-and-1 mark. 17 fouls apiece.
Tariq Perry, just a freshman, and I don't know if he will be back next year, but be a nice piece to help build around if he does return.
Well, right now he's an athlete. He's an undersized big, so if he wants to play at the next level, he's going to have to work on his game a lot. And, unfortunately, a lot of kids. He's probably the tallest on his high school team, so he's utilized as a center, but really, at the next level, he needs to be able to handle the ball and shoot a little bit. Hasn't really demonstrated that ability to do that with a consistent touch. So obviously something to go to the lab during the offseason and work on. We'll have a timeout on the floor here. Looks like a 30-second timeout called by Antelope Valley. We'll keep it here. Coach Taylor, they're going to reload next year. They're going to be good. They're going to be in the mix. And in talking with him in stretches throughout the season, he told me, never had a season like this. Just can never really find a groove. Sometimes they look unbeatable, and then sometimes they look like a JV squad on a high school team. That's I'm paraphrasing, but it's something where, for whatever reason, they just could not find the right mix, and were not able to finish games and unable to sustain how great they can play at times.
Yeah, and I think you alluded to it earlier in this game. It's a fascinating season, because I think the problem for this team was the exact opposite of being too selfish. It was really that the guys, I think, were maybe a little too deferential, and it was a hard time really deciding who should really take the lead when.
Yeah, well, it's a team that lacked a sense of identity, and we've obviously talked about that throughout many of our broadcasts here for Antelope Valley. But it's something where that's a nice shot by Jalen Riley. Good feet, set up at the top, and AVC now with a lead at 22-20. But when you lack that sense of identity, Stoy, it's tough to figure out where you want to go late in games, and then you get deferential and you start deferring to other players and who's going to be the guy that takes charge. And sometimes when you're not too deferential, now you're playing selfish. It's finding that right mix, that right mix, and the equilibrium has not been there at a sustained pace throughout the season for Antelope Valley. Ting brings it into the front court, kicks back to Hubble. He's got that type of range. Fallings has to respect that. He comes out. They kick it over to Floyd. Floyd with the 17-footer. It's short, rebounded by Gianni Brown. Brown alertly does not pass it right away. Eder was right in the passing lane. Rayleigh comes back, and Riley now down the lane, kicks out. It's going to be a foul. 1-and-1 coming to Jalen Riley.
Yeah, this should go against Eder.
Is that his second?
Looks like his first. And Glendale, really short bench right now, and they can ill afford at any position to get into foul trouble, but they certainly can't lose Eder for any length of time in this one.
First free throw up and good for Jalen Riley.
Mike, I'm a little surprised that Antelope Valley going to so much pressure defense, half-court trap. I think the ball handling for Glendale, and the ability to shoot from outside, really the strengths of the team right now. And I think you're playing with fire a little bit.
Playing with fire a little bit, but I think they've seen on tape that at times Glendale can struggle with a little pressure for some athletes, and Gianni Brown's going to be whistled for a foul. He gets into the body of Eric Ting. You love the effort, but you have to move the feet and make the offense adjust. And instead, he just rides the body into him, and he's whistled for the foul. Lead the largest here for Antelope Valley at 24-20. Mike Zapata, Jeff Stoynoff, Emery Johnson with you on tonight's coverage. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of 3C2A men's basketball. Brought to you by the Cochran Firm and Hunter Dodge. We'll have some spots played for you shortly on that. First free throw up and good for Eric Ting. Ting comes in averaging double figures on the season, and obviously he's trying to shoulder a little bit more of the load with Banton done for the year.
Yeah, more pressure falling on Ting and Hubble to step up.
Ting good on both. Full court pressure, 1-2-2 press here from AVC, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, that was initially tipped by Ting, but that's a great job by Floyd, really challenging that pass as well, and ultimately it's off of Antelope Valley and goes back to Glendale.
I think indeed Eder does have, no, that's Gianni Brown. Brown with 2, both wear 22. Steal in the backcourt. This is going to be Riley out of bounds. He came from the outside of the sideline.
Yeah, Perry out front, up top in that trapping defense that Antelope Valley is employing right now, and that big body is causing some problems for Glendale as they work against this pressure. I wondered if maybe it was a surprising decision, and it turns out I was wrong as Perry picks up another foul.
Such a terrible foul. I mean, what are you doing? I understand, like, that's a freshman in high school mistake.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you have a lot of athleticism at your disposal, but you got to move your feet, and you got to let the guard have a little bit more room than that. Ting's not an all-world athlete, but he's quick. He can get around you, especially against the bigger Perry. And Perry's now going to have to come out. He's got the second foul. Gomes back into the fray.
How do you really impress upon a young man in that situation that you don't need to make a steal every single time? That's not, that's not what the defense, that's not necessarily what you're looking for, because you can't work your way into this kind of foul trouble.
Ting could have tied it up, but he misses on the second. 24-23, ABC by the slimmest of margins. That should have been a backcourt violation. Riley over to Fallings. Fallings, 15-footer. That's good.
Good patience.
That's called
Rocco Fallings weaving his way through traffic and finds himself open at the foul line.
That's called getting to your spots. Great job by Rocco. Lead back to 3 here for Antelope Valley. Ting thought about the 3. Instead kicks it over to Floyd. Floyd looking for somebody at the elbow. He finds Ting. Ting turns the corner. Down on the baseline, keeps it dribble, a la Steve Nash. Hubble from 3. No, air ball. Rebounded by Gianni Brown. Fallings lost the dribble, gets it back. Has it from 3. Gomesy will try his hand at a three-pointer. Down the lane is Riley with the offensive rebound. It's tapped out of bounds. It will go off of the Marauders. I believe it went off of Riley.
Yeah, you have such a decided advantage on the boards of Antelope Valley in this matchup. If I'm Antelope Valley, I'd like to force shots from outside if I can from Glendale and say, listen, if you can shoot the lights out, more power to you. But you're going to be able to create those one-and-done type of offensive sets for Glendale. It's going to be hard to shoot that well.
Ting kicks it over to Hubble. To Eder at the top. Riley's going to have to come out. Good defense here. 6 on the shot clock. Eder fires from 3, and it's good. Isaac Eder.
You got to get a little communication there on the high screen. Eder comes off of that screen. Nobody steps up, and he ends up having a very good look from up top.
Nobody steps up and allows his feet to get set. Turns and squares to the basket. Brown from 12 feet. That's good. Lead back to AVC after the 3 previously from Eder. Tied it up at 26 all. 28-26. 6:20 to go.
I'd say the Vaqueros have no answer for Gomesy or Gianni Brown.
And that's another issue with this team. Antelope Valley, that's travel. Antelope Valley, we talk about the lacking sense of identity here. Also, the basketball decision-making. Look, nobody can stop Brown or Gomesy when they're on the floor. So how about let's make sure that they touch the basketball first before anything else happens. Now you get the defense to collapse. Full court pressure being applied by Glendale. Gomesy into the short corner. Jelon Tinnen. Tinnen's going to lay it up, lay it in on the doorstep.
That's a good, decisive move from Jelon Tinnen. Not a guy that you're accustomed to seeing a lot of offense from, but that was an excellent move.
Stoy, you know who touched the ball in that possession? Gomesy. Gomesy with the assist, I believe.
A lot of good things can happen.
Yes, sir. Battle of 20s, Floyd and Bell. Ball kicked over to Ting, guarded by Jelon Tinnen. Crossover dribble, reverse layup is good from Eric Ting.
Tough matchup for Jelon Tinnen. They get the switch, and Ting goes right to work.
Riley, not a clean pass. Hubble going to be fouled. I think they want an intentional foul. I mean, Tinnen came through, but I think that's going to be incidental contact.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I think they have a good argument. I think Tinnen, they're very clearly aware of the situation, wanted to prevent the breakaway, and he takes a clear foul there to stop the transition opportunity for Glendale.
In the NBA, it would have been a clear path foul. Obviously, that rule does not apply here, but they're going to talk it over and see if it was an intentional foul. I don't believe it was, because I think Jelon Tinnen was already in the air going after the ball, and that's where it was. I wonder if we have it on replay. Probably not. .5:27 to go here in the first half. A discussion with the referees at center court. Again, this broadcast being brought to you in part by the generous donations from the Cochran firm and Hunter Dodge of the West here in Lancaster. And we will have a ruling here. So flagrant foul is going to be called on Jelon Tinnen. I mean, either way, it's going to be one either way. I wonder how that's scored, though. Is it going to be a technical and a personal? Obviously, if there's another flagrant foul from Jelon, he's done.
It is the second foul on Tinnen in the game.
Well, fortunately for Antelope Valley, they're a little deeper here today versus Glendale than Glendale is versus AVC.
That's a tough situation for AVC as well, because Tinnen's play was something of a heady play, recognizing the situation, but unfortunately a little too much gusto on the foul, and he picks up the flagrant.
30-28 timeout, a full one. Here with 5:27 to go in the first half. You are watching 3C2A men's basketball live on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
W. Hunter, Ram of the West, L.A. County's #1 Ram truck dealer, is also your Ram Commercial Truck Center with ProMaster vans, upfitted commercial trucks, contractor trucks, flatbeds, and commercial specialty vehicles in stock now. Or custom order your vehicle with the upfits needed for your unique business. You can find Ram of the West at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Come test drive a new Ram truck today during the Big Finish sales event going on now.
I've always been told that it is part of my duty to be a voice for my community. And I like to think that as an attorney here at the Cochran firm, that I am doing what Mr. Cochran wanted us to do, which was to always be committed to your community and to serve your community and to fight, even when you feel like the odds are against you. And at the end of the day, justice will be served.
2 shots in the ball for Glendale. Hubble hits on the first. 5:27 to go.
Well, Hubble, Ting, and Eder, between the three of them, shoot a little bit better than 80% combined from the line. And if you're AVC, you don't want to lose the free throw battle with those guys doing a majority of the ball handling. This is Ting between the circles to Kudatyan. Hubble hooks it to Ting. Williams in the low post. Ting open for 3. That's good. Eric Ting knocks down the triple. 33-30 Glendale back out in front. 5-point trip for Glendale After the flagrant foul on the made three, Riley for three, short. Rebound on the floor, and Kudatyan has it for Glendale. Looking for Eder in transition, but Bell able to step in front and get the steal. Payton off to Riley. JP gets it back. Good look for three, rims high, no good. Williams warding off. Bell has the rebound.
Just like that, it's a three-point lead for Glendale after AVC had asserted control. The intentional or the flagrant one from Jalon Tinnen results in a 5-point possession for Glendale. Eder in the corner for three, another one for the Vaqueros. They now lead it, their largest lead here, 36-30.
They go high post to Hubble, great inside out, and Eder with a good look for three.
Lazy pass from JP, intended for Gomzi, layup for Kudatyan, 38-30. Not what you wanted out of the full timeout for Antelope Valley, as the defensive pressure has been ratcheted up by the Vaqueros. Riley with it on the far side, kicks it near side to Gomzi, short corner, Stephon Bell, touch no good. Bell with his rebound, no, still on the rebound. JP now kicks it out, 12-footer, that's no good. Inside Gomzi, left-handed layup, that's good.
Like Gomzi, couple of offensive rebounds on that possession and ultimately gets the deuce, and that's a huge bucket, breaks a run for Glendale.
Kudatyan with it outside. Vaqueros leading by 6. Nobody down low. Williams powers through Tinnen and one.
Third foul on Tinnen. That's great recognition by Tariq Williams. I think initially upon receiving that pass, I think he wanted to pass, but then realized, hey, the shot here is mine.
I think the recognition came from the bench. Hey, you're wide open. Just drop step to the basket. As it turns out, it works in his favor as he's fouled and one. The lead is 8 for the Vaqueros. They can make it 9 on an and one conversion
Mike,
Williams.
It's just great execution by Glendale. You saw in a previous possession, they entered into Hubble. I think Antelope Valley overreacted maybe a little defensively, clamping down, ends up with an open look for three for Eder, which he knocks down. Subsequent possession, you get it to Williams down low. Now the defense doesn't react quickly enough, and it's Williams who ultimately gets the hoop and the foul.
It's why this team's so tough to play. They run their stuff, they execute, and you have to be ready for it. And even when you're ready for it, it's hard to cover, because when you execute, you're going to get good shots. 2-3 zone implemented here in the half court by Glendale, leading by 8. Riley looking to turn the corner after a screen from Perry, unable to do so. Have to bring it back out, putting on the shot clock. Riley rises up off the glass, and it's good. Tremendous individual effort from Jalen Riley.
Well, if you don't go high post against a 2-3, you can accomplish the same thing with dribble penetration. That time Riley able to get a good look.
Kudatyan on the dribble. Have to respect his long-range shooting. Williams comes through, sets a mean screen. Ting fouled down low by Tinnen. If that's on Jalon, that's going to be his 4th. And indeed,
Tinnen in danger of fouling out here in the first half. A little surprised that they gave minutes with Brown and Gomzi, clearly available tonight. They got Tinnen out there playing with 3 fouls, and now picks up, well, they have him down as 3, so perhaps we missed one. I thought one of the other calls was on Tinnen as well, but this looks like number 3. Well, that makes a little more sense, Michael.
Well, obviously, you got that's 20 fouls you have to work with Perry, Gomzi, Brown, and Tinnen. Free throw up and good. Back to an 8-point advantage for Glendale, 42-34. Payton gets it over Riley. Not a clean pass. Perry finds Bell. Bell nearly traveled. Payton thought about the 3, bluffed at it. They go inside to Perry, and Perry, nice touch on the rim.
Yeah, Perry is literally working down there against Eric Ting. That is a massive advantage for Antelope Valley. Good recognition by the Marauders to get it to Perry in the low post.
That's because Zarabian not in the ball game right now. He's got 3 fouls. And you probably expected that if you're Coach Vegan Jaleesian. Look, Gomesy's going to induce a lot of foul calls down low, especially on the offensive end. Ting from the mid-post. Bell up high for the rebound off to JP. JP going to look to get it in the high gear. He does. Brings it across the timeline off to Jalen Riley. Riley fires from 17, and it's good.
Well, that was shades of a move by Fallings earlier. Riley passes on the three, works to a good spot, comes up shooting from 17,
Yeah,
and
Fallings
buries
was from 15. That was from 17. It was a good spot. Hubble, they lose him on defense. He's hit a couple threes, but unable to convert that time. This time it's Perry down the lane, maybe foul down low. Gets his own rebound, left-handed layup, and Tyreek Perry has asserted himself here in the first half. That bucket cuts it to a 2-point disadvantage. And now Fallings with the steal. But now the ball out of bounds. And
yeah, it was kind of a lazy inbound pass, and Fallings was right there, nearly had the steal.
Hubble and Fallings mouthing some colorful pleasantries back and forth.
Well, I think now it's the Marauders' turn to up the sort of intensity of this one. We saw Glendale go on a run, doing exactly that moments ago, and now Antelope Valley, I think, trying to answer that here at the tail end of this first half.
Well, Jeff, what do you often say? How are you going to respond the last 5 minutes of a half and the first 5 minutes? ABC closing out the first half on a bit of a run. Only trailing by 2. They trailed by as many as 8 moments ago. Ting, hesitation move, kicks it back out, and this is going to be a turnover. Him and Ed are not on the same page. 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, Ting on the drive there. He's looking for Eder, and they're not on the same page, and Eder pointing to himself.
Falling's going to bring this up. Got to get somebody into the high post. There's no spacing, nobody running anything right now for Antelope Valley. Get to your spots, run the show. Here's Riley with it on the dribble. Looking for a baseline runner, that was Fallings. They bring it back out. Does Riley near side, 12 on the shot clock. Brown has it out front. Fallings, he's swinging around to him. Can't get to a spot. That's cut off by Eder. Perry down low, left-handed layup, and one. Williams, no chance to guard it.
Well, Mike, I think in this first half, we are learning that Tyreek Perry has a pet move, and that is going to that reverse with the left hand. Saw that just moments ago against Floyd on an offensive rebound, and here he goes back to it again. And I think if you're an Antelope Valley fan, that is welcome news, because that's something you can build around if you're Tyreek Perry. First come up with a move or two that really work for you, then start to work off of that and develop some more moves.
Free throw no good. Perry with a near rebound of his own. Brown on the floor. Ting still on the ground. Perry comes away with it. Left-handed layup good. And at the end of the first half, ABC is taking a lead. Eder will fire from midcourt, no good, and will go in at the half. The Marauders with a 2-point lead. They close with a flurry here at the end of the first. Good morning, everybody. This broadcast being brought to you by the Cochran Firm and Hunter Dodge of the West. It's ABC Men's Basketball live on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Vans, upfitted commercial trucks, contractor trucks, flatbeds, and commercial specialty vehicles in stock now. Or custom order your vehicle with the upfits needed for your unique business. You can find Ram of the West at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Come test drive a new Ram truck today during the Big Finish sales event going on now.
I've always been told that it is part of my duty to be a voice for my community. And I like to think that as an attorney here at the Cochran Firm, that I am doing what Mr. Cochran wanted us to do, which was to always be committed to your community and to serve your community and to fight, even when you feel like the odds are against you. And at the end of the day, justice will be served.
Set to get underway in the second half. Antelope Valley closes the first half on a 10-0 run to take a 2-point lead into the locker room. They come out for the second half with Riley and Peyton, Bell, Gomesy, and Perry on the floor. Same starting five. They're working around against the 2-3 zone. Perry flashes into the lane, but a foul working against Antelope Valley. This is going to go against Gomesy, so the offensive foul will turn it over and give it back to Glendale. Second foul on Gomesy in the first half. Hubble led the way for Glendale with 13 points. Ting and Eder each chipped in with 11. This is Ting, baseline drive, good feed to Williams, rejected by Gomesy. Riley in transition, off to the trailer. Bell hangs in the air and lays it up and in. Stefan Bell running the floor, gets the feed from Riley. For Bell, he now has 3 points in the game. Eder in the weave, back to Ting. Shot clock at 17. Tyreek Perry led the way for Antelope Valley with 12 points. Hubble for 3. Rim's no good. Sarabian giving chase, but it's Gomesy that wins the ball for Antelope Valley. 9 points for Jalen Riley for Antelope Valley. So Perry and Riley leading the way. Bell in the post. Fakes, misses the short shot. The rebound to Williams. Hubble into the front court. Pulls up on Bell and buries the 3. Hubble now with 16. 46-45. Antelope Valley with the 1-point lead in the ball. Perry off to Riley. Riley across to Peyton. Peyton open for 3, rimming no. Rebound tapped around, and Eder has it for Glendale. Here come the Vaqueros looking for the lead. Eder out to Hubble. Fakes, drives, Ting will try for 3, in and out. Perry had the rebound momentarily. It's tipped away into the corner. There's a battle for the ball, and now a turnover. This one on the line. It'll go back to Antelope Valley.
The Vaqueros just such a scrappy bunch, from their athletic director on down, Coach Chris Sacudo, former baseball coach, now the athletic director at Glendale. Shout out to Chris and his family.
Yeah, Emery would tell you those baseball guys. They're gritty.
They're a scrappy crew.
They're hard workers. Back outside.
Great
Perry, good feed.
out.
Peyton open for 3, and he hits.
That is butter.
I'll tell you, JP's not going to miss that shot too many times. Just had a pretty good look, couldn't get it to go, but that time he doesn't miss. He's got 5. Antelope Valley with the 4-point lead. Ting a standing dribble. Off to Eder. Eder with a long 3, no good. Long rebound. Sarabian giving chase, but he'll run out of room. Antelope Valley gets it back, leading by 4. Tariq Williams showing pressure in the backcourt. Gomesy. Hands to Riley. And they get it to Peyton. Shot clock at 19. High post. Gomesy with the turnaround. Ellie Gomesy. Gomesy came out. Scored the first 6 points for Antelope Valley. Finished the first half with 8, so he's into double figures with that bucket. 51-45. Quick 5-0 run gives Antelope Valley the 6-point lead. Williams puts it on the floor, driving on Perry. Scoops, no good. Rebound tapped around, and Gomesy snaps it down.
It's a great move. Just
Peyton
finish.
Ahead to Brown running the floor, but he missed the layup.
Misjudged where it was on the floor.
Ting fans it out. Eder open for 3. Bang. Eder with another 3. He's got 14 in the game, and that pulls the Vaqueros back within 3. Timeout on the show. You're watching College Basketball. Brought to you by the Cochran Firm and Hunter Dodge. The Eder 3 cuts the lead in half for Antelope Valley just when the Marauders looked like they were ready to maybe go on a run. Glendale comes up with a big hoop.
Yeah, there was a foul earlier there on Ting underneath, and I think they were a little late on that whistle.
The foul on Kudatyan here will give it to the Marauders.
Glendale will take that. They need Eric Ting out on the floor.
First foul on Kudatyan. Riley between the circles. Pounds the dribble. Around the Gomesy screen. They work it across. Peyton catch and shoot for three. That's good.
Starting to heat up is JP.
Peyton with 8 in the game. And it's back to a 6-point lead for the Marauders. Trying to win their 4th in a row here in conference play. Kudatyan holding. Perry brings the pressure. They get it back to Eder. Shot clock at 13 as Eder signals a play. Hard drive past Perry. Left-handed scoop is good. Eder with a little English. He's got 16. 4-point lead for Antelope Valley. Riley will back it out. Shot clock at 15. John Taylor signaling for a play, and we've got a foul off the ball.
Should be against Isaac Eder.
Second foul on Eder. Peyton will bring it in. Foul line extended left. Peyton in the corner baseline. Jumper for Brown. It's short. Kudatyan clears the rebound for Glendale.
Hate that possession there for AVC. You have the biggest lineup. You have the biggest lineup that you're going to have on the floor. You have Perry, you got Gomesy, and you got Gianni Brown, and you settle for a 17-footer? What? I don't care how open you are.
Meanwhile, Hubble just lost the handle on a drive and turns it over, so Antelope Valley gets it back, leading by 4. Peyton looking to the sideline. Shot clock at 19.
Get it into the post.
Perry up top. Brown wants Gomesy down low. Peyton on the wing. Shot clock at 7. Shot clock a factor. Riley going to have to make something happen. Down to 4. Riley on the drive. Steps back from 19. No good. Rebound tapped around and controlled by Hubble.
Obviously a good matchup.
Eder with a little hesitation. The shot off the glass. They're going to wave it off.
On the ground.
The foul going to go against Perry. I thought that was Brown, but looks like Perry
should have been
picking up his 3rd.
See if we can see that again here.
So a non-shooting foul, and watch Eder practically takes this one off the ceiling. High off the glass. Hubble looking for Sarabian, broken up, and it's Gomesy who has the steal. Peyton trying to find the handle. Riley in from the right, off the glass, lays it in.
That's how you run the break.
So Riley into double figures. He's got 11. Back to a 6-point lead. Hubble hangs in the air, and it's good. So Hubble and Eder continue to be the offense for Glendale. 4-point lead and an offensive foul. This should be Gianni Brown, and it is. Maybe a little bit of salesmanship from Eric Ting. Gets the call. 3rd foul on Gianni Brown. So you got Perry with 3. You got Brown with 3. You got Jalon Tinnen with 3. 13:53 to go in the game. Glendale trails it by 4. A little bit bigger lineup on the floor with Tariq Williams and Sarabian on the floor. Kudatyan, Eder, and Hubble round out the 5 on the floor for Glendale. Meanwhile, Steve Johnson has returned for Antelope Valley. Whistle. Peyton commits his 3rd foul. That is the 5th team foul, I believe, on Antelope Valley. Let's see if they haven't updated the scoreboard yet. This looks like number 4 on Antelope Valley as a team. Eder again from way downtown. That's good. Mike, I just don't think you can give him that kind of room even from about 23 feet where he took that shot.
Another freshman mistake there for Tyreek Perry. Look, you have to run him off the three-point line. That is his bread and butter. Make him put it on the floor into your bigger teeth of the defense.
Yeah, 5 threes in the game for Eder. The runner for Riley, no good. Tapped up and in. I believe that was Perry.
Yeah, a little redemption there for the freshman.
Perry with 14 in the game.
You get that replay, Emery?
58-55. Hubble driving on Peyton,
Travel.
lost the handle, got it back in a jump ball. So a clean block for JP.
Let's go back to this put back for Tyreek Perry. See this here on the missed shot. It's a great look. Perry up high, taps it in off the glass. Thing of beauty.
Wow. Nice job and nice work by Emery and Jorge Zapata on camera as well. Good work all around.
Team
Eder
effort.
between the circles, shot clock at 11.
That's our zone look.
Drives on Johnson, goes glass, no good. Tapped up by Sarabian, no, but he gets the rebound. Rejected by Perry. Riley able to clear it. But they're going to say that he stepped out of bounds, so this will go back to Glendale. 12:45 to go in the ball game. This is going to be a fresh shot clock for Glendale as they trail it by 3. Ting will bring it in baseline left. And Coach John Taylor wants to know why the shot clock was reset. Getting an answer. Ting gets Perry in the switch. Shovels a pass down low. Reverse layup is up and good. Kudatyan. He's got 5. Riley able to get past the pressure and find Follings. Riley and Follings along with Peyton, Perry.
Well, Jeff, as usually...
And Johnson on the floor. Sorry about that, Michael.
As usually is the case, the sequel is going to have a tough time living up to the original. And the first matchup between these two teams, a double overtime affair.
Yeah, but we're on our way. We've got a good one going here. Peyton still dancing. The leaner off the glass won't go. Halfway down and out. Ting has the rebound. Finds Kudatya. The Marauders amping up the defensive pressure and a whistle.
Timeout by Coach Vegan, Jaleesian, a good one.
11:54 to go in the ball game. Antelope Valley leading by 1. It's AVC basketball brought to you by the Cochran Firm and Hunter Dodge.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, L.A. County's #1 Ram truck dealer, is also your Ram Commercial Truck Center with ProMaster vans, upfitted commercial trucks, contractor trucks, flatbeds, and commercial specialty vehicles in stock now. Or custom order your vehicle with the upfits needed for your unique business. You can find Ram of the West at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Come test drive a new Ram truck today during the Big Finish sales event going on now.
I've always been told that it is part of my duty to be a voice for my community. And I like to think that as an attorney here at the Cochran Firm, that I am doing what Mr. Cochran wanted us to do, which was to always be committed to your community and to serve your community and to fight, even when you feel like the odds are against you. And at the end of the day, justice will be served.
Vaqueros with the basketball, trailing by 1. Eder still looking. He'll go to the backcourt to Eric Ting. Shot clock at 16 as Ting brings it over the line. Eder checked by Riley. Riley all over him as Eder lets the 3 go. Rimming no. Rebound outside. Tinnin able to keep it alive, but the pass out of bounds and a turnover will give it back to Glendale.
That's how you D up the shooter there. That's a great job. Can we see that? Can you go back to the 20-second mark here, Emery?
Yeah, Jalen Riley.
That back for me,
now
sir.
That is running somebody off the line as Eder had to
100%.
work.
Look at his defense here from Jalen Riley. Great job.
Scary thing is Eder still almost knocked it down. Ting On the drive, hooks a pass to Sarabian in the lane, has that one stripped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Glendale. Sarabian wants a foul call. He's not going to get it. Shot clock at 18. The Vaqueros with the basketball. Eder will check out for a quick blow, replaced by Hubble in the lineup. Can imagine we're only going to see Eder on the bench for maybe a minute or two here, Michael. You have to figure. Ting misses the shot from outside. The rebound tapped around to Payton. Payton into the front court. Leaves it for Follings. Follings into the lane. Has that one ripped away on the way up.
Great job by Ting. Great hands down low in traffic.
Ting into the lane. Off to Kudatyan, and a foul before the shot. This is going to be a turnover. I believe they're going to say that Kudatyan stepped on the baseline.
Coach Jalesian has to be very pleased with the work that Kudatyan's been able to accomplish here tonight.
Yeah, they only go about 7 deep. It's Kudatyan and Trej Floyd really coming off the bench for this team. Tinnin, good drop step into the lane. The leaner is good.
Can't stop it when he gets that type of position. Michael Zarabian has to do a better job of not allowing that position for any big down low.
Jalon Tinnin with 4 in the game. Hubble at the controls. Fakes the pass to Ting, comes up shooting from 17.
That is silky.
Hubble's got 20. Glendale back within 3. Michael, they're showing the proverbial alligator blood here hanging around. Tariq Williams on the drive, missed the layup. Riley had the rebound momentarily. It's on the floor.
Offense.
Williams gets it back and commits the offensive foul.
Guess who? Jalon Tinnin.
You just had a feeling as Williams is whistled for the offensive foul. That's his 3rd.
That's a great job by Tinnin, anticipating a little extra oomph from Williams. Antelope Valley by 1. 60-59, 10-18 to go. All right, we see another overtime affair here at the Marauder Gym. Newton Gillette Court. JP swings it around over to Sirocco Follings. Stephon Bell on the baseline, picks up his dribble. Double teamed, looking for a lifeline. Finds one in Jalon Tinnin, kicks out to JP. Julian Payton off the mark, it's long. Ting now in transition. 1-on-2. Reverse layup versus 2 defenders, and Ting finds a way. The lead back to the Vaqueros at 61-60. That shot off the mark from Sirocco Follings. Rebounded by Stephon Bell. AVC going to have another crack at it. No movement. Bell should have went to the fadeaway there. Instead kicks it out to Follings. Follings lost it momentarily. It falls off to Bell. Bell throws it into the backcourt. Unable to save it is Julian Payton. And it's a turnover.
You know, Mike, Glendale right now really packing in the 2-3 defense, trying to deny any entry into the low post. And I think that's where, if you're Julian Payton and perhaps John Taylor on the sideline, I think you need to move it around to trying to create a reversal of the basketball and get it back to Payton for a good look from 3.
Yeah, the inside-out game working very effective earlier. I will say this, Glendale's done a nice job defensively of not allowing the ball, not only packing it in down low, but into the mid-post, and that's really the focal point as Ting hits on another one. A 4-0 run for Eric Ting. It's now a 3-point lead for the Vaqueros.
Yeah, Ting up to 15 in the game.
Well, you need some movement. Now, right here, you need some screening action on the weak side. Stephon Bell just moving into the mid-post, not doing anything. He receives it in the short corner, kicks back out. Julian Payton from 3. That's good.
And I think that shot is going to be there anytime you see Glendale really packing it in down low and trying to deny that entry pass down low.
And you have to recognize this, and at what point do you maybe think about bringing Ellie Gomesy back into the mix? Perry's been very good as well. Ting from 3. That one well off the mark. Riley now in transition, 2-on-2, and with numbers. Hubble on defense. It's tapped up and in by Jalon Tinnin. ABC now back with the lead at 65-63.
What a great job by Jalon Tinnin. Not giving up on the play, running the floor. Riley misses the shot, but Tinnin's right there for the tip-in.
Eder into the lane charge.
Well, Mike, one of the things that you talk about in our coverage and that you see is the dangers of starting the offense too far out. Eder starts that move from about 25 feet out. That's just too much time for Jalon Tenen to read that play and really take a pretty easy charge.
Timeout on the floor, a full one. Third foul on Isaac Eder. 8:01 remaining. 65-63, AVC with a 2-point lead.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, L.A. County's #1 Ram truck dealer, is also your Ram Commercial Truck Center with ProMaster vans, upfitted commercial trucks, contractor trucks, flatbeds, and commercial specialty vehicles in stock now. Or custom order your vehicle with the upfits needed for your unique business. You can find Ram of the West at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Come test drive a new Ram truck today during the Big Finish sales event going on now.
8:01 to go. ABC with a 2-point lead. It's a back-and-forth affair here from Newton Gillette Court on the campus of Antelope Valley College here in Lancaster. Broadcast being brought to you in part by Hunter Dodge of the West here in Lancaster, along with the Cochran firm. Antelope Valley with possession. It's Julian Payton looking out of a box set. Back to a man-and-man is Glendale packing it in. Go down low to Perry, and Perry, left-hander, no good, but he's fouled by Zarabian. That's number 4 on Michael.
Yeah, I think Zarabian there, a pretty good job. He's trying to avoid picking up his 4th foul, but it's a little bit better offense by Perry. He's able to make the quick drop step, get into the chest of Zarabian, and ultimately create that contact and really draw that foul.
Perry missed on his last free throw attempt, and that one also off the wall.
We got to get the shooter. We got to get the shooter. Isaac, get up. Both you guys.
Perry shoots 54% from the line.
Hey, watch the trap.
7:31 to go. Zarabian into the corner, quickly double team, fouled. Go
That's a good call. Falling's just a little forearm there as he tries to get out and challenge Zarabian, anticipating the trap coming.
You know, if you're into him underneath, just, you know, within close proximity instead of extending out with the arm, you're not going to get that call, but you're right, Stoy. It's way too obvious in front of the ref. They're calling it both ways. Both teams really testing their boundaries here in terms of physicality. Tenen intercepts this one. Back the other way, lays it up and in.
That's great hustle by Jalon Tenen, who's got 8 in the game. But that's great recognition, and Glendale's been going to that quite a bit, and Antelope Valley's starting to react to that and anticipate that long pass to the backcourt.
Foul on Julian Payton.
I think if you're Vegan Jalesian here, you need to maybe try and create a little different look on the inbounds pass, because Antelope Valley really starting to overplay that pass.
We'll see the play here by Tenen. Great anticipation. Up ahead for the layup.
Get Perry Jalika on the phone there, looking at Tenen playing that long pass there, maybe in the defensive backfield.
He's asking if he has another year right now. He's got a safety spot all lined up for him. Eder from 3, number 7?
I believe it's 6, as Eder now has 22 in the game, and Fallings, you just have to be so quick on that closeout to get to Eder.
Foul on Hubble. Now, look, the referees have really tightened things up a little bit here. Ever since the spat between Hubble and Fallings, they haven't really allowed much for anybody in terms of being physical. They just called one on Fallings. Hubble does the same thing, and it's whistled.
Just the second foul on Fallings.
Consistency from the referees, that's all you can ask for. They've done a pretty good job thus far. Riley with it out front. They're looking for the high post. Get it to Ellie Gomzi or use a pick. He does. Riley pops from 17. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Michael Zarabian. Ting now bringing it up here for the Vaqueros. Over to Hubble in the corner. Hubble dribbles back up looking for Eric Ting. Hands off. Under 6:30 to go here in the second half. ABC by 2. Pass intended for Williams, stolen by Fallings. 3-on-1. Got to get a bucket here. A foul from Hubble. His third now.
This is just a great rotation by Fallings on that previous defensive set for Antelope Valley. They're running the pick and roll up top with Ting. And Williams frees up for a moment. I don't know if we have this on the replay. I see Perry maybe getting it ready. Or I should say Emery getting it ready. And there's Fallings coming off and reading that pass. And then in transition gets himself to the line.
Free throw up and good. Fallings. Good on both. Back to a 4-point advantage for AVC. 6:17 to go. We're watching 3C2A men's basketball. AVC in Glendale in the Western State East. Eder turns a corner. Floater up, no good. Great challenge by Ellie Gomzi. Transition now 3-on-2. If they hurry, does AVC. That's pretty good transition basketball defensively from Glendale.
Yeah, you know, both teams tonight have done a great job getting back. There haven't been great transition opportunities on either side.
Offensive foul going to be called against Ellie Gomzi. No, it's going to go against Jalon Tinnen.
That'll be number 4. Yeah, on Tinnen.
Ting splits a double team, gets into the teeth, kicks out to Eder. Another 3. No, that one long. Rebounded on the weak side by Jalon Tinnen, off to Fallings. Fallings, little dribbling clinic, gives it over to Jalen Riley. Excuse me.
Now, Mike, who can figure this game out? I don't think Eder's had a better look for 3 than the one he just had, but that's the one that doesn't go down.
That foul on Eder, is that number 4? It is. So the 4th foul for Isaac Eder at 5:25.
Sends Riley to the line, and what do you do if you're Vegan Jalesian here trailing by 4?
I don't think you can take him out. I mean, maybe you bring in Samir Nasser, but we haven't seen him tonight. You wonder if maybe there was an injury playing a factor in. I saw Floyd earlier. He's dealing with a bit of a nick. This one out of bounds off of Ellie Gomzi, so it's going to go back to Glendale. ABC leading by 5.
There's an opportunity here if you're Antelope Valley to really grab a stranglehold on this game. If you can up the intensity over the next couple minutes, maybe push this out to double digits.
Hubble fakes left, goes right. 18-footer, no good. Hits backboard first. It's off of Zarabian. Out of bounds. Back to ABC it will go.
And just to finish that point, that's going to happen with defensive intensity. That's how you're going to make that run. Good set there for Antelope Valley getting it back.
JP back into the battle. So Julian Payton, Riley, Ellie Gomzi, Jalon Tinnen, and Tyreek Perry. And expect defensively for Glendale to pack it in against this very big lineup. 1-2-2 full court press. Payton kicks up ahead to Ellie Gomzi. Back to Payton. They break the press. Glendale's going to have to settle in. JP has to be able to feast here from the three-point line.
Yeah, he's hit 3 from 3 in this second half.
2-3, Gomzi on the baseline. Foul going up. They don't call it. Gomzi going to try to power through the defense. He's able to do it with 1 on the shot clock.
Well,
Ellie
Mike,
Gomzi.
What did we say in the first half? Glendale really doesn't have an answer for Ellie Gomzi. He goes up in between 2 maroon jerseys. They're still able to finish.
Yeah, you could have added 1 more. Hubble from 3 and the foul. Jalon Tinnen's just fouled out. 4-point play opportunity for Stephen Hubble.
Unbelievable. Hubble's got 23 in the game. And boy, what can you say about the Vaqueros? Every time it seems that they need a play, something to happen. And they just make something happen, and that time it's Hubble hitting a huge shot.
You have that last play, Emery?
One shot.
Nope.
So Hubble
Gomesy comes in on the rebound, nearly knocked away from Fallings. Riley into the front court, kicks out to Gomesy. Gomesy from 3, off the back iron. JP trying to track down the rebound, tapped around. Gomesy wins it. Another possession for AVC coming up on the 4-minute mark, and a 4-point lead for the Marauders. And AVC will alertly slow things down. Get a good shot here. 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to make something happen. No spacing. Perry's got to get out of there. Get to the short corner, kid. Riley swings it around. JP, quick trigger, 3. No good. Box out from Eder on Sirocco Fallings. Enables Hubble to track down the rebound. Up ahead quickly to Ting. Ting, corner. Kudatyan for 3. In and out. Fallings with a rebound for ABC. Here comes a double team. Nearly lost it to Jalen Riley. Julian Payton will settle things down. Guarded by Ting, up ahead to Fallings. Fallings, a little bit of a shuffle step, has that pass stolen, but Ting out of bounds. It's going to stay with AVC, and the Marauders dodge a bullet.
I tell you, Ting, how about the hustle? Creates the shot on one side for Kudatyan. Pressures Payton in the backcourt, gets all the way back to nearly get the steal there.
Look, he's a floor general. He gives nothing but max effort every time he's out there. He's a smart kid. For any schools that might be watching, or for any parents that might be watching, the kid has a future at a 4-year school.
Hit somebody, Isaac.
Fallings in the corner. Kicks it up top. Riley. JP, 5 on the shot clock. Riley going to have to make something happen. Nearly traveled as a result of being indecisive. Step back 3-pointer from Julian Payton is good. Timeout, John Taylor, and the Marauders now leading by 7. 3 minutes to go. And the lead has swelled here for ABC. A broken play, 3-point step back jumper from Julian Payton results in a 7-point lead for the Marauders. We're under 3 to play in this one. It's a battle here at Newton Gillette Court. Ting, check that. Kudatyan nearly traveled, instead has it blocked by Perry, who tracks down the board.
That's a little bit of a bad break for Kudatyan. He makes a good jump stop in the lane, but just loses his footing, looked like a wet spot. That gave Perry that extra fraction of a second to get back and block that shot.
ABC going to kill a little clock here. 14 on the shot clock. Payton had a good look from 3, passes it up. Riley now to Payton. That's too easy. Eder late to get there. And Julian Payton putting his stamp on this one. The lead into double digits for ABC.
15 in the second half for Payton, 17 in the game. How about Ting with the finish? He's got 17.
Ting, an incredible response. Lead down to 8 for ABC. Riley nearly lost it, kicks it back to Perry. Get it to a point guard and reset the offense.
Yeah, there's
17 on the shot clock.
No reason to take a shot without about 5 seconds left on the shot clock in this possession.
Don't let the pressure induce you into a turnover. That's exactly what Glendale wants. 7 on the shot clock now. Riley going to have to make something happen. Turns on the Jets, gets it down low. Shot fake there from Gomes. He can't get it to go. And Perry with the rebound.
Perry up to 17 in the game.
Eder on the dribble, step back from NBA range. That one's short. Fallings looking to track down the rebound. Ting hits it off of Fallings, but right to Julian Payton. And Payton thinking about it down low. This is Gomes. He has it blocked but fouled by Stephen Hubble. That's his fault.
You know, Mike, we've covered a lot of Antelope Valley College basketball this season, and this is the way that, as a fan, you've hoped that they would finish all season. We've seen them in games like this over and over again, and I think it's a team that's maybe finding a measure of a groove here late in the season, but this has been a great final few minutes for this team on both ends of the floor.
This is a window here. Even going back to their last loss, which was versus Citrus, who's going to be one of the top teams in the state going into the playoffs. You know, they had a very good showing in that one. Back on the 31st, but they've won 4 in a row. Now lead it by 11, 1:14 to go. They're looking to make it 5. And I think you could probably close the fridge. That went off from Eder. Foul called. Is this Zarabian? It is. That'll end his night.
Yeah, 2-point lead at the break, but they have pushed that out to 11.
You know, Stoy, you talked about how much AVC basketball we've seen this season. You know, it hasn't been a lack of effort throughout the season. It's really been a lack of execution, basketball decision-making, and to see them finally get into a flow and really make things happen and sustain it. Very crowd-pleasing, not only for us announcers, but for the AVC contingent as well. 1:04 to go. Gomesy good on the first, misses on the second.
Yeah, are they in that huddle saying, hey, let's lengthen the season a little bit?
Yeah, hey, just give us 5 more games.
We're just getting warmed up here.
I know they would want another crack at Citrus.
And they'll get that, actually, and one more game on the schedule. And what a litmus test that will be when they take on a very, very good Owl team.
Timeout on the floor. Under a minute to go. It's a full timeout by Coach Vegan Jalesian. We'll take a break ourselves.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, L.A. County's #1 Ram truck dealer, is also your Ram Commercial Truck Center with ProMaster vans, upfitted commercial trucks, contractor trucks, flatbeds, and commercial specialty vehicles in stock now. Or custom order your vehicle with the upfits needed for your unique business. You can find Ram of the West at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Come test drive a new Ram truck today during the Big Finish sales event going on now.
I've always been told that it is part of my duty to be a voice for my community. And I like to think that as an attorney here at the Cochran firm, that I am doing what Mr. Cochran wanted us to do, which was to always be committed to your community and to serve your community and to fight, even when you feel like the odds are against you. And at the end of the day, justice will be served.
Free throws coming to Eric Ting. That went off the back iron. Tracked down by Tyreek Perry. For a minute to go here. Payton kicks it off to Jalen Riley. Riley nearly threw that one away. Payton able to split the double team. Gomesy can't get the turnaround to go. Ting tracks down a board. Still trying to make something happen. Keep it himself? No. Kick out to Kudatian. Kudatian looking for Eder. Eder finds a little daylight from 3. That's good.
Yeah, Payton goes for the steal on the pass there, and that ultimately frees up Eder for a good look from 3. His 7th 3 of the game as he's up to 25 on the night.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Well, Jeff, I'd like to extend our thank yous, obviously, to the sponsors of men's basketball here at Antelope Valley College, Hunter Dodge, the Cochran firm. And a special thanks, of course, to John Taylor and Mike Rios bringing us back another year of ABC men's basketball. Happy to have brought it to the fans and to the following.
Fun.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of time to really see them grow as a team. And, if this streak is any indication, yeah, if it would have gone another 5 more games, they might have squeaked into the playoffs. Athletic Director Tom Gang here at Antelope Valley, always setting us up for success. Perry Jaleka, the head football coach. We had a chance to, again, cover AVC football as well. Full court pressure being applied. It's a steal. This one all for numbers. This one's in the bag.
And Vegan Jalesian calling from the sidelines, no fouls, and Glendale will let this one run out, and Antelope Valley will make it 4 wins in a row.
4 wins in a row. They avenge the loss at Glendale, the double overtime affair. Your final, 83-74. AVC a winner on top of the Vaqueros from Glendale. That'll do it for everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, and another season of AVC men's basketball in the books. For Emery Johnson, Jorge Zepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, I'm Mike Zepeda, signing off. We'll see you in March up at Ventura.